Ivan Alexandrovich Ilyin. Curiosity. A wonderful thing, to do without consolation, not to need it, not to wait for it. Thus a man becomes a winner, fate submits to him. But the curious are not capable of this. Every moment he must be consoled with something new, encouraged with something new. He peers and listens intently into the world. Will something new flash by there? What? It does not matter. Something unknown, untested, unheard of. Otherwise boredom threatens. Curiosity is insatiable. The curious are gluttons, their vocation is a wolfish appetite. Like a vacuum cleaner, they follow their prey and swallow new dust of small and large events. Yes, of course, only dust that they have accumulated somewhere and do not know what to do with. Later a skilled hand will extract this dust from them, the dust of scattered news. The curious are always receptive, but superficially, because they do not look, they only look. They want to take, to perceive, even if what they take is not true. Only rarely does they make use of it, because they are not creators. They smoke novelties, like cigarettes, one after another, and the smoke flies away into the air. But does they really exist? Does they represent a real reality? Is they perhaps only a fairy tale hat with a hole in it, which, filled to the brim with gold, always remained empty? Or is they perhaps like the hose of a water pump? For the curious, it is not the fact, the truth, or the problem that is important. It is only the threshold of the unknown. They cross it again and again. It is their joy, their consolation, their new cigarette. For what is there to cross it for? They do not know. Then their wolfish appetite is limited to taste and smell. They stop at anticipation. They want only the charm of novelty, only the seasonings, not the essence of the food. Perhaps he wants to lift the veil of Isis. No. That would be too much for him. It might overwhelm him, oblige him, impose responsibility on him. Then he would have to contemplate, and that does not suit him. He is not given more than to look. For then he would perhaps have to act, and that also does not suit him. He can only flutter. He is an irresponsible consumer, who, quenching his thirst, sips the consolation of life from the thicket of his own emptiness. So we do not need to console him. Let him console himself. And what about the others, on whom he often makes such a disconsolate impression? He is wise and intelligent enough to accept people as they are. But none of them can surpass himself. No sparrow flies over a mountain, no worm crawls across a cloud. And yet every photographer also renders a good service. Any researcher can find a good use for other people's curiosity. There are even professionals who gather news. However, curiosity as such should be properly assessed. For someone who takes life seriously, other people's curiosity is burdensome, and his own is unbearable. He will soon cope with it. He who wants depth must learn to see. He cannot chase after the new, he must love the old. Because the great and essential, the holy and divine are ancient and eternal, but always new and beneficial for the seer. Curiosity is the source of superficiality, vulgarization of life, godlessness. Like a bad path, it imperceptibly leads a person into a pernicious swamp.